Firstly, I'd like to introduce Mike Rose. Mike is the Interim Director at TIA. He is an animal scientist with a particular interest in ruminants, and he's researched the physiology and health of ruminants extensively, particularly in relation to metabolic disease, mastitis and lameness. He came to TIA from, how do you say that, Mike? Aberystwyth University in the UK, and he's taken up the position as the Director of Learning and Teaching, and about 3 weeks ago he stepped into the role of our Interim Director. So please, Mike, if you could come forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's great to see so many people here. In the context of the apology offered by the university yesterday to the Aboriginal people, I have a statement of the acknowledgement of country, and I'd like to give that now. Today we're meeting in Lutruwita, Tasmania, Aboriginal land, sea and waterways. I acknowledge with deep respect the traditional owners of this land, the Palawa people, which we meet today. The Palawa people belong to the oldest continuing culture in the world. They cared and protected country for thousands of years. They knew this land, they lived on the land, they died on these lands, and I honour them. I acknowledge that it is a privilege to stand on country and to walk in the footsteps of those before us, beside the tides, among the gums and the waterways that continue to run through the veins of the Tasmanian Aboriginal community. I pay my respects to the elders past and present, and to the many Aboriginal people that did not make elder status, and to the Tasmanian Aboriginal community that continue to care for country. I recognise a history of truth which acknowledges the impacts of invasion and colonisation upon Aboriginal people, resulting in the genocide and forcible removal from their lands. Our island is deeply unique, with spectacular landscapes, with our cities and towns surrounded by bushland, wilderness, mountain ranges and beaches. I stand for a future that profoundly respects and acknowledges the Aboriginal perspectives, culture, language and history, and a continued effort to fight for Aboriginal justice and rights, paving the way for a strong future. It's with enormous pleasure that I'm able to welcome you here today. It's with particular pleasure that I'm able to welcome Mrs. Leonie Hiscut, who is the leader of the government in the Legislative Council. She's stepping in, I think, for Guy Barnett, who isn't able to be with us today. I also would like to welcome Adrian Newton from the James Hutton Institute, which is in Scotland. As a relative recent newcomer to Tasmania, one of the things, and this is not flannel by the way, this is actually what I think, one of the things that I really appreciate about Tasmania is the quality of the food. It is noticeably of superior quality. And us, as producers and growers of that food, I think that's something that we can be proud of and something that we need to build on as well. As you probably know, the state government has a target of an agricultural production value of $10 billion by 2050. And so therefore that's a bit of a stretch goal and we've got something to aim for, but certainly we've got a very, very solid base on which to do it. I'm not going to say very much more other than I'm very much looking forward to the series of talks that we've got this morning, and then I'm looking forward to going on the farm walk this afternoon. And yeah, I hope that you enjoy today and that you find some benefit from it. Okay, thank you very much.